As we can see in the Dolph case, the plot always thicken. Now they got Hernandez Govan charged with being the solicitor of this crime. The mastermind behind it. The person that's supposed to be laid the blueprint down for it. Months in advance of it even happening. You know what I'm saying? So that just let you know how real it is with the feds, how real it is with people snitching, how real it is with this information getting back to these prosecutors. And we gotta open our eyes to the fact that that bag ain't worth it, man. You done took a man's life, a man who was building a legacy for his family, life away from him. Then you also got your Gotti brother locked up right now or being questioned or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The situation is so cold that young Dolph had disrespected them guys. They have disrespected Dolph. It was a back and forth going on, man. They said blood was shed in the situation, and I ain't gonna even go off into all that situation with Black Youngster brother and all this other stuff that went down. You know, so it was a big back and forth going on with this situation, man. And young Dolph, he stood his ground, man. He said at one point, Gotti was trying to sign him, and that's where the friction came from because Dolph was standing on his own, and then he aligned himself with Gucci, man, which you know that probably was a blow to God as well, so you know how the streets work, man. But when you remove the situation that it was Dolph as an entertainer, as a rapper, and you really look at the situation as that Dolph was a human being, and that if a bag placed on anybody's head, it removed the fact that this is young Dolph, or this is anybody else who are of some stature. It turns into, if I knock this person off, I'm getting the bag. I'm getting the royalties from behind doing it. So it might not even been as personal to the killer as it is to the person who put the hit out, who the bag behind is, who's the motivation behind this hit even being a thought to be done. And that's what's going on right now with the feds with these allegations, and with Dolph being who he was in the city. The Memphis police are taking this very personal. Just like that case with that lady, Eliza, they are taking certain cases very personal because of who the person was, who they were to the community, and how they done certain things to help improve these communities. So, man, you just got to look at the game for what it is, man. And we hate to see young Dolph lose his life, man. Rest in peace. But you got your Gotti brother locked up. You got another guy locked up that we already know. It was 2 attempts already made on Dolph's life in North Carolina when he was in a bulletproof truck to where you had Black Youngster beat those charges. Then you had another incident where he was shot in California. And Dolph survived that one, but it's a guy doing 14 years right now behind those shootings. So you gotta look at it. It ain't worth it, man. And then when you put a bag on somebody's head and it don't go right, think about it. You just put your life on the line for $1, man. And our people don't realize where we hurting ourselves at, where we killing ourselves at, when we got to the point where we love money more than we love people, man. We don't even support our people no more. We don't be there for our people no more. And it's like our families, man. OG Person said in one of his videos, man, I respect him for saying it. The funerals that turned into the family reunion, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting so divided, man. Everybody getting so on their own path, holding grudges, this and that the family structure is being destroyed, man. And we gotta fix that. Just like this Hernandez Govan guy, man, he lost his daughter, man, down there in Houston. And then, like, now you got a lot of people connecting that, okay, you know, maybe this has something to do with this situation with Dolph, because you know the streets always talk, but it's just a different story when the streets get to talking and they get to the courtroom. You know, it's a lot of people on the street that's getting information, that's privy to information, that's not getting in the courtroom, and a lot of people that got love for Dolph, they hear things, man, and you don't know where the snitching come from. We know they got straight dropping Cornelius Smith locked up. We know they got that. But at the end of the day, man, you don't know who loved Dolph. You don't know who in these streets gave a tip, because they got these hotlines, man, and you don't know who done made who mad over the course of this time, or who done got locked up, because sometime a person will get locked up and the information they know will set them free, man. So, man, you gotta look at it, all this beefing going on, all this turmoil, all this confusion, all the division that's being caused. We need to look at it as black people as how we can come together and stop looking at each other as the enemy, and stop coming at each other that we have a disagreement, somebody gotta die, man. We got to get a more positive outlook on life, man. We got to have something to live for, man. There's a lot of people living in this world, man, that ain't got nothing to live for. So when a big fish come up like Dolph to be hit, you got people ready to take the bait. But you got to look at, man, Dolph have disrespected God in them in a street way. Now on the real way, man, no, it's out. Everything is out. But when you get yourself into the mentality of how people think on the street, how petty the thoughts get, you know, disrespect, man, will cause you to lose your life. But then in the same token, sometimes a person can do something to you that make you feel as if disrespect is your only way to come at them. So, you know, young Dolph was a man and he felt how he felt. God a man, he felt how he felt. And not saying God is tied to this because as Juke being a man that God had once looked up to before, you know, Juke is a man himself and he got his own name in these streets if he tied to it. But man, whatever went down with this situation, man, I hope it worked out for the best for all parties, man. Most definitely rest in peace for young Dolph, man. Rest in peace to him, man. Condolences to his family, man. I hope they can find some kind of way to be at peace with the situation, man. Because our people really have to realize, man, we only have one life to live, man. And God should be the only one that had the power to take a life, man. Wake up, people. Charity starts at home.